Hi there.
Hello everyone, welcome to another Flying Frog video. Today I'm going to do two reviews. As you guys have seen, I've been to this airport before. We're going to do the Ayres Airport, and I'm going to do the Asobo, which is all the way over there. I'll show you when I get a bit closer. The L39 Albatros. So so what we'll do is we'll start off with having a look at the Ayres Airport, which is done by AUscene. I've had this one for quite a while, so to be honest with you, I can't remember how much it cost. But we'll have a look around, and if you guys, it is much improvement over the standard Microsoft airport. So there's not much down this way, but we'll head on back up this way here. So as you can see, there's a lot of detail here. Just inside over this way is the baggage. So the baggage, you can see the baggage just runs along the edge there with the baggage handlers, which is really good. So there's the Albatros that I'll be testing a little bit later. And a few of you would have recognised that I've flown from this airport a few times now in some of my reviews. And I like the add-on. It doesn't cause me any trouble with oh look, there's Grumpy Pants. Let's all go say hello. Hello, Grumpy Pants. Yep, see you, Grumpy. So, anyway. So, over this way, we got the general aviation aircraft parking area. Helicopters for the tours over there. So, we'll go over and have a look. The airport itself is nicely laid out. And like I said, it is far better than the Microsoft Asobo layout and that type of thing. So yeah, well worth it, I feel. Like I said, it doesn't cause me any issues like the Sydney one caused me any issues. I get crashes to home screen and things like that, so I uninstalled it, and since I uninstalled it, it seems to have stopped. So yeah, you can actually go up into the tower, which is further on over. I'll go over and have a look at that in a second. But yeah, so this is all nicely laid out with actual helicopters that are actually work out of here, which is really good. So they've done like I said, they've done a great job. I think sometimes when they don't cause crashes, these are really, really worthwhile. I will say that, as you guys know, that I've flown a lot out of Shell Harbour, and Asobo Microsoft did an excellent job with that. So what I'll do is I'll head on over to the tower, and I'll come back when I'm at the tower. Okay, here we are at the tower. We have fire and rescue at the front here. Now if we go into the buildings, you're not going to see a lot, not at this point in time anyway, because they're just not really modelled the inside too well at all. But we shall go up into the tower, and should come through doors, but oh well, I'm going to be a ghost. This is the tower. Now when it rains, we do get raindrops on the windows here at on the tower here, so which looks really good. That's of course if you like raindrops on windows. There you go, this guy looks absolutely bored. He just changed his web address from yeah, I won't say it. so So there we have it. It's a nice little bit of detail. Again, just a little bit. So what we'll do is we'll head on down the stairs. See if I can get this all down right. There you go. So yeah, that's just the inside. Nothing to see inside really. It's not much point in going into the buildings itself. You don't get a huge amount at all. Just over the back here, there's a shed that's been done up as a plane. I'm not sure if it's a small playground or someone's barbecue area, something like that. But yeah, we just have a look around. Here we go. So here it is here. It's just like an area. Not really sure what it is, but vehicles here. This shed here has been done up like an aircraft, which is novel. I don't know if it's really there in real life. I've not actually been here in real life. It's Uluru is definitely one of the places I would like to come to, but I haven't made it yet, but I intend to. And where are we? Get me bearings. And Uluru is just off in the distance, so which is not too bad. Definitely worth flying over, as you guys have seen in my videos. The Uluru itself will change colours depending on the time of day, from sunrise, sunset. Really comes up beautiful reds in its sunsets. So definitely worthwhile. This is your refueling area. So anybody coming in, this is where you can get your fuel. And that's pretty well it. So what I'll do now is I'll head back on over to... Well, first off, I will say that Ayres Rock Airport gets a lot of air traffic, obviously because of Ayres Rock, or Uluru as we like to call it these days. Ayres Rock is its old name. Uluru is its native name that the Aboriginals have given it, and we'll honour that and call it Uluru. Here's a little quick rundown of the nighttime lighting, which I generally forget to tell or show people what it's like in aircraft at night time, and I haven't done it all, or airports, all that often. So, but what we'll do is we'll just have a look. Looks quite nice. The aircraft light up really nicely under the lights. I think that the AUscene have done a wonderful job with the night lighting here. I think that yeah, it looks really nice. I mean, the Albatros, I mean, look at that. That, to my eyes, looks stunning. It looks really good. Crisp, clear, very nice. We'll go over here to the Qantas link and have a look as well. So, really nice. It's nice when you get payware stuff they've gone to an effort rather than just throwing it all together. So, all very good. This is the Asobo L39 Albatros, which is part of the Reno Racing pack. Now, I have the whole Reno Racing pack itself. I paid reasonable amount of dollar, but I felt it wasn't too bad for value for the number of planes you got. However, you know, most of the planes, once you've got one, they're all pretty much the same. I have flown this particular aircraft a hell of a lot. Particularly, I fly it a lot with Brett. Brett plays. He is doing does stream every Monday morning, Australian time, called The Long Road Home, where he's going from Great Britain through Europe, across over Russia, down across Alaska, down through the Americas, down into South America, across the Pacific, or heading all the way back to Hobart. And I've been flying with him a lot in this particular aircraft. Why I've chosen this particular aircraft? Number one, it's got the Aussie flag on it, and I'm an Aussie after all. Number two, it has Autopilot in it, so even though it is a Reno racer, it has Autopilot. And number three is I actually like the aircraft to fly. It's not a bad aircraft. So what we'll do is we'll get in, we'll have a look. Now, if you were to buy this one individually, it is just under 15 Australian dollars, which is around €9 and about 10 American dollars. Would I advise buying the pack? Look, that's entirely up to you if you want to do your Reno racing. I don't think the Reno racing has been as popular as what Asobo had hoped it would be, even after the updates, because I know I've only done it a couple of times. However, this aircraft I have flown a lot. I don't fly the it escapes me at the moment, the little biplane ones. Yep, I got a brain fade. Happens when you get old. Anyway, doesn't matter. I don't fly them, so yes, that was a waste of money for me because I bought the whole packs. Now, I don't know which other ones have Autopilot in them, particularly with these L39 Albatrosses. But you know, I have flown the P51s. I've flown the Texans. So for me, yes, buying the whole pack was probably cheaper. However, if you were to buy these individually, $15, and let's face it, you just choose whatever colour you like and go with it. So let's have a look at the graphics and the detailing and stuff. And look, I feel Asobo have done a relatively good job. You know, for $15, there are aircraft out there that are dearer or the same price and graphically pixelate. This is clean, sharp graphics, got good quality to them. You know, with my 4K screen, it's not, not glaringly obvious that it's pixelating. Okay, there doesn't seem to be a lot of weathering. It's quite clean, but then this is a race aircraft, so they're going to keep it clean. So you're not going to get a lot of weathering on it. So, but on the whole, I think the modelling looks good. You know, we'll get in a little bit closer here. Probably not. There you go. So flare port, I mean, that is clear. There's no pixelation at all. I don't know if these are supposed to be round or not here, but you know, I'm not really sure on that one. But for $15, you know, it's not bad. Not bad at all. And I feel as though the rest of them will be just as nicely detailed as well. So anyway, what we'll do is we'll jump in the cockpit. It's a shame really the canopy doesn't open. That is one shame that it doesn't do. But apart from that, everything else goes well. So the detailing inside looks very good. Clean, crisp, looks like where it should be. A lot of glass around. Let's see if we can get rid of the stick. There we go. Alright. Like I said, this one does have a... Not everything works. This one does have an autopilot in it. But not all the switches are clickable. So what we'll do is we'll get it started and we'll get up into the air and go from there. So... I think I've got everything there. Just bear with me a second. Okay, that one there. Right, they're all inoperable. Just trying to remember how to start. It's been a little while since I've started this one before. Not before. It's been a little while. Okay. We'll just wait for it to crank up. So here's our autopilot. A lot of you guys will be familiar with the 530 and the 430. No need to go into that. We'll say though that this one, when you do your vertical speed, it only goes up to 700 feet per minute for some reason. I don't know why. So yeah, I'm not 100% certain why that does. I would say that it's just a small bug within the system itself, but not to worry. Okay. Rightio. I'll get going and I'll see you when I get to the end of the runway for a takeoff. Rightio, there we go now. We'll just take one level of flaps and we'll get going. I did change the time of day. Me being here in Western Australia, I forgot that it gets darker earlier over here, so over in where we are now. So yeah, a little bit squirrely, must be a bit of a cross for a wind, but yeah, but we're up. Gear up. Now she flies very well, so we just get some trimming happening here. So there's Ayres Rock, or Uluru I should say, over in the distance there. So what we'll do is we'll head on over that way like I usually do. I get some height, I do stall test, do manoeuvrability test. Yeah, the autopilot works very well. Usually when Brett flies, does his streams, he's on a PC, I'm on Xbox, and our flight plans end up to be almost identical, so there's not a problem there. Right, let's get some trimming. There is a sound difference between inside and outside, so it's good that Asobo have modelled that in. But the detailing itself on the inside looks very good. For $15, I'm not going to complain for what they've done. Okay, it's lacking in a little bit of features, so it's a basic aircraft, but for $15 I'm not expecting a lot of features. The fact is that it's got an autopilot, you know, the modelling itself looks quite good. It looks very good actually. The graphics, it's like I said, looks really good. The dials look clear, readable, even from this distance. We can come in, you know, everything looks good. So I'm not going to complain. Not going to complain at all. So the plane handles very well. So anyway, we'll get outside, we'll have a look outside, and then I'll do some stall tests. Okay, what we'll do now is just do a stall test. So I'll just drop back the power. Just pull back, pull back. As you can see, she's just mushing. Okay. So what we'll do now is I'll just do a power stall. This may take a little while. Being a jet, they usually got a lot of power. Speed's coming down slowly. Pulling back, pulling back, pulling back, pulling back. Just going to drop the nose. There we go, a little bit of a tip to the left. That's it. So there you go. She's not terrible. Not terrible at all. See, you know, not hugely super maneuverable with the HOTAS one, but you know, it's probably going to be a bit better with a. Did I say HOTAS one? Sorry, I meant to say Velocity one. Probably going to be a lot better with the HOTAS, so which is yeah. So again, there's the roll, fairly sedate, nothing terrible. It's just an inverted. Okay. So I'll just I'll head on back, land, and just give you my final thoughts. Okay, here we are about to land. So what we'll do is we'll just get this one trimmed up, drop the speed. She does have speed brakes, so you can slow her down a bit if you want to. But let's drop the gear. Oh, bad view. Now we'll get lined up on the runway a little bit better. Okay. Coming in nice and steady. So she's not a bad one to land, but it can be a challenge being a jet. But we just try and do the best we can. Okay, there we go, down. Bit on the run up. Whoop. Bit all over the place. I don't know why we can't land these aircraft with this flight sim where the planes go straight. As soon as they touch the ground, they want to wander all over the place, or you know, or they want to dive off to the side. I don't know whether it's the sim or what, but you know, it kind of gets a little annoying that you just can't land and go straight. Seriously, you know, I'm wondering if it's the sim, because if there's not a lot of wind around, it shouldn't react the way it is. It's a jet. It's got no torsional or thrust forces forcing it off to one side. Yeah, I don't know. Is anybody else having that issue, or is it just a me factor? So, but we'll slow this one down a bit. And pull up. Okay. Right, I'll get up inside and I'll give you my final thoughts on this one. The Asobo L39 Albatros. $14.95 on the Australian marketplace, along with there are 10 other colours if you'd like to purchase them, but you have to purchase them individually or as a pack or as the whole Reno pack. Asobo have done a fairly good job with these aircraft. No complaints there. They're a little on the basic side, but that's okay for their price point and for what they're meant to be doing. I've flown this particular aircraft a lot of kilometres. As I said, I've flown a lot with Brett Plays on his streams, and I've flown this one across Russia, Alaska, down the American coast, and into South America itself. So yeah, I like it. It's a fairly easy plane to take off. A little bit of a challenge to get right when it comes to landing. Handles the winds very well. The autopilot works well. The flaps themselves don't come down until you are slow enough. They will go down, but then they pop straight back up again. It does have speed brakes, which you can actually put in on your controller, so you can switch them or switch it on to open the speed brake or not. The graphics are great. I think they've done a really nice job with these. Just a little bit on the basic side. I don't know what the L39 in real life actually flies like, but this one is probably a little bit generic. That's the word I'm looking for. It's generic. It's just a generic flying aircraft or a generic flying jet. Nothing special about it. Its performance is adequate. Its handling is adequate. The flight modelling itself is okay. The systems is adequate. You can fly, you can tour with it. It's not too bad on fuel, so you can get a reasonable distance on it. Yeah, in all honesty, it's an average aircraft. But if you like it, and I don't mind it, I don't mind a bit of ho-hum when it comes to some aircraft, because sometimes you just want to fly and you just don't want to have to think too hard. This is one you just don't have to think too hard. I set in the autopilot and off I go. The only time I really got to think about it is really when I land. I have stuffed up more landings on this one than probably any other aircraft that I've got. So whether or not that's because it's a jet or whether or not it's its handling, I'm not 100% certain, or I'm trying to come in a little too slow. But anyway, and as for the airport, again, great airport, much better than the default one that's here. So I do recommend anybody who wants to fly out of Uluru or Ayres Rock Airport on a regular basis, I get it, because it's worth the upgrade. You know, it doesn't cause any type of crash to desktop or crash to home screen issues. As you can see, it runs all fairly smoothly. You know, I'm panning around. Doesn't seem to be many, or if any, glitches. So yeah, it all seems to work quite nicely. You know, you've got all your custom markings on the tarmac, things like that. So you know, it makes it look really good. So on that note, please like, comment, subscribe. I know it's only a bunch of just general stuff at the moment, but as we know that there's not a lot coming out in the marketplace at the moment, and I'm just trying to produce some content for you guys to watch, and maybe you know, think about something like this. Not too many people have done reviews on them, and they are worthwhile. They're worthwhile. I'm not sure if they're worthwhile buying the whole lot though. It's a lot of investment and a lot of aircraft that you're probably not going to fly all that often, but definitely choose your favorite one out of all of the different you know, P51s to the AT6s, the Texans. You know, just choose whatever one livery you like, or find out which ones have autopilot and which can suit what you want it to do. So on that note, please stay safe.